here are the standings after 5 rounds in the World Chess FIDE Candidates Final 2016. Sergei Karyakin, sole first place with 3.5. Aronian right behind him with 3. Gary, Svidler, Caruana, and Anand with 2.5. My buddy from the United States, Carl Nakamura, with 2, and Topalov with 1.5. I still think it's anybody's tournament. It's a 14-rounder. We got 9 more to go. Anything could happen. But this are the standings after 5 rounds. Hi, folks. John Cordisco back again. Another game from round 6 of the FIDE Candidates Final 2015. Between, from Armenia as white, Levin Aronian, top world-class player, has been for a long time, and as black, my buddy from the United States, Hikaru Nakamura. We're going to pick it up here at move 24. It's quite a long game. I've got to say, 2 or 3 of the rounds so far, I think it was 3 rounds, Hikaru has gotten these inferior positions and had to work his ass off just to draw. So that's got to be pretty draining for him. So let's see how he does here. Knight takes, pawn takes, king g7. I'm going to hoof it up a little bit here because it's quite a long game. Knight, pawn, rook. I mean, how complicated is this? 4 rooks, 2 minor pieces, and 12 pawns. This is crazy. Try to figure this out. Rook a7, rook e6. Finally got the rooks on the 7th rank, but the problem is, where is the bishop going to go? King, h4, king, bishop d8, king g8, bishop e7, king, just doing some maneuvering here, knight c4, bishop e7. Right now, the computer shows it as dead even. Dead even. We're on move 38. I know Carl was getting some time trouble, not too bad at this point. That's move 38, rook b7, knight c4. They did a 2-fold repetition, and that's move 40. a4 was the 40th move. All right, let's let the smoke clear here and look at this. Small advantage for white, but here's the deal. I mean, a lot of you guys that play in tournament games, when you're pushed back on your heels and you're defending like this, it's a lot harder to defend than it is to attack. Rook just comes over, knight checks, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook e6, rook takes, rook takes. Now this is a simple, well, I shouldn't say simple, but it's a rook and pawn ending. This is a Carl's bread and butter. But the problem is with rook endings, especially when you're being pressed, you make the slightest inaccuracy and you're doomed. It's one of those oxymorons in chess. The least amount of pieces there are on the board, the more complicated and precise you have to be. c4, king comes up, just shoveling pieces. Unfortunately, that black rook for a Carl is a little passive. King f8, f4. He basically has to take it. Yeah, he could go b5 probably, but pawn takes, king. Okay, here we go. Rook takes, king takes. Now, right now, it shows a small advantage for white. Even material. Rook b2 or c4 are the 2 best choices for black, or even king e8 for that matter. And I think Carl just misjudges the situation here. He goes a3. Blunder? No. But it's almost a point advantage now in one move for white. f4. Rook a7, c4, Rook takes. Rook B2. Rook A6. And slowly but surely, with tiny inaccuracies from Carl's probably thinking, okay, I'm going to push this pawn. Rook's got to stop it. As soon as the rook has to take, I'll take this, and I should be able to draw this. King G7, A4, C3. We'll go through some pawn maneuvers here. Takes, takes. Okay, but now we got a 3-on-2. Rook C4. This is miserable for Carl. He's fighting like hell just to draw. Rook D7. Rook. Rook D3. Rook C4. Rook E3. Slowly but surely, White's trying to improve. Can't trade rooks. You're pawn down, and they're actually isolated for black, so he can't trade rooks. Rook B4. King F8. Let's just go through a few moves here. Rook B7. King F8. Rook B8. King G7. What to do, what to do? I mean, if you're black here, what the hell do you do? Goes Rook B4. Rook A1. Just hang out. Rook D4. Rook. Rook D7. Just to block the advance of the pawn. And this is where Carl, I think, loses it. He's getting short on time. We're on move 74. Rook E2, Rook A6. Rook A5, I think are all fair moves. Carl makes a move that's actually, in my mind, a very natural move. Right now, it's about a 1.25 advantage for White. He's up a pawn, but I think what's really, really accuracy, Carl can draw this. He goes King F8. And just like that, it's an over 5-point advantage for White. Rook E2 was probably the best move here. After King F8, poor Carl was just lost. King F6, threatening mate. So he has to check. Blocks. Rook A8, H5. I mean, what the hell's he going to do? King G8. F5. Here come the pawns. Rook B8. And Rook D7. And that's it. Carl Nakamura resigns. If Rook checks, King goes to E7. I mean, this is horrible. Horrible stuff. I feel bad for Carl because I think he had an excellent chance of winning this tournament. He still has a chance. There's no question here. We're only on round 6. And it's a 14-round tournament. But after that heartbreaker that he lost to Karyakin, and he sacrificed the knight and just missed a move, about 4 or 5 moves down in the variation, and lost. And now this heartbreaking rook and pawn ending, which he's very good at. I notice at the end, all the players must be required in the contract. Go to the press conference, win, lose, or draw, all the players. And this one, 11 Aronian showed up at the press conference and not a Carl. I'm sure he was pretty upset. I don't think it's arrogance. I just think he just didn't want to. He was probably so upset. He just didn't want to be there. And frankly, I got to give the kid a break. But there it is. 11 Aronian wins and is now tied for first place. It's sad. But I think my predictions about where we're going to get in the top half are pretty much shuffled here. I think 2 guys that are got a score that does not reflect their play here in this tournament One is Peter's fiddler, and the other one is a Carl. But I'm just not sure what's going on with a Carl. He's more than capable enough. He's more than good enough. And he had 3 prior games in this where he was just in a really crappy position in endgame. And he managed to work his behind off with some accurate moves and drew. But that's the way it goes. Chess is a cruel game. Anyway, folks, that's the result from one of the games from round 6 of the FIDE's Candidates Final. Hope you enjoyed it. I want you all to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.